Hello, hello, hello. Back again. Hi, my name is Tyler Beeson, and welcome back to an episode of Cruising the Planet. Today we're joined by Kelly Smith and Paul Prodigy.
Yes, sir.
We're so happy to have you here with us today. Today we'll be talking about what makes a good remake, and then later we'll be going into and playing a game of Headbands Video Game Character Edition. And then at the end, we'll ponder the great question of the week. Is there a board game that you just refuse to play in celebration of game night, which is happening tonight? Math 125?
No. It's the rooms across from the station, like
I thought
139 and 138.
I thought we had that figured out, that it was actually going to be in 125 because of the egg thing.
We don't technically have.
It'll
the
be
room
in the
booked
math
tonight?
building.
I don't know.
It'll be in the
mhm.
math building.
Come check it.
Yes.
It'll be on the first
I
floor
have-
of the math
I have
building.
confirmation 125.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
is,
I
in
didn't-
fact,
I
125.
didn't know it got fixed. Yay.
All right. Thank you. All right. But before we get into all of that, how's everyone doing today?
Feeling good. Not gonna lie to you. I woke up like 30 minutes ago. I just slept in today. Volunteer today. I feel bad. It's volunteer day today, and I just slept in.
No, you
Yeah.
needed that big charge.
Wonder
Yeah.
what that's like.
Volunteering some time to yourself.
I physically can no longer stay asleep after 7 a.m.
I
there-
used to be like that.
There's
tough.
something
There
it
was a
it hits
summer.
like 7, and my body is just like, oh, it's time to wake up, and
You
I'm
can't
just like,
wake up and then go back to sleep.
no.
I always do that. I always
See-
wake up at like 6, 7 a.m. I'm like,
See, that's my problem though. Is like my body still wants me to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, like 7:30, and then I'll wake up. I'll look at my clock. My cat will be like staring at my face,
Mhm.
and I'll be like, I gotta go back to sleep.
Yeah, fair
Mhm.
enough. I gotta be honest with you guys. Woke up at 6 this morning. I went to bed at like, I'm not exaggerating, 2 last night.
Oh, that's normal for me.
Yeah,
That's
that's pretty
not.
normal, man.
I
for me.
feel off.
Body's not
You
used
would
to it.
not believe how much cold brew I drank this morning.
Cold brew.
I was at the library until 1 yesterday. I wasn't on any sort of caffeine, and then I went home.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
How's it a skill issue? I didn't have any caffeine, and I was there until 1 o'clock in the morning.
The fact
and then
that
I
you were
went
there
home.
until 1 in the morning was the skill issue.
Well, guess what?
How so? I stayed till 1 a.m. all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you spend it in the library?
Yeah. It's because that's my time to actually.
Wait,
do
you
my
guys
work.
actually study in the library?
Yeah, because it's
Where?
like
What else do you do in the library?
yeah.
Do you not go to the library?
I
Read
don't know. I
books.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Get literate, Kelly. Come
I
on.
am. I read plenty of books and stuff. The library is distracting to me.
Really.
No.
Too
Library
many
is
outside
distracting.
variables. Too many outside variables. If
Outside.
I'm in my room, I can like light a candle and play music, and then I'm good for like 3-4 hours.
There's a silent
like-
zone in the library.
Yeah.
No, why would I want to be perceived by
Beca-
other people when I am trying to focus?
Because everyone is trying to be like that, so no one is trying to make a noise for you.
I'm not saying
there
that.
there are rooms. There are rooms where you are
Yeah,
literally in
they're
a
hot though.
cubicle.
They be hot sometimes. You know what I'm talking
Sometimes.
about?
Exactly.
Yeah,
My
sometimes.
dorm room is temperature controlled, 68 degrees.
Nice. Mine broke.
All I'm saying
Super.
is,
Dang, that
at my
sucks.
house, I have my room with a cat that constantly tries to sleep on my keyboard and get in front of my computer monitor. The library, however, does not have that.
See, I
That's
don't.
true.
I don't have that issue. I have access to my stuff
Mhm,
and my
mhm.
music
mhm.
and a candle and a
Hey, I
bunch of
listen to
cozy
music too.
sweaters, and everything is controlled and there are no outside variables, right? Everything is my design. Why would I want to be anywhere else when I'm trying to focus?
Like
Tyler, are
we-
you that person that has a leash on the cat? I could picture you walking your cat.
I have thought about it. I actually own a harness that was given to me by my sister. So the cat has a harness, and I have put the harness on the cat.
Mhm.
Um,
Knew it.
the cat is fine in the harness, but I have never walked the cat before because the cat will normally run around in the backyard for like an hour, and then I'll bring it back in.
Mm.
But no,
Okay.
I don't walk my cat. Not yet, at least.
For sure. For sure.
He gets enough exercise running around my house. Oh my gosh, he made me so angry.
Is it a
this
fat
morning.
cat or a skinny cat?
He's about average.
Okay, no Garfield.
No Garfield.
No Garfield.
No, he might be on his way to that though.
What color?
He's still pretty like lean. He ain't thin, but he ain't fat.
Taking care of his cat.
Yeah, I don't overfeed my cat.
Lasagna.
Just enough.
Stop.
Nah, ramen noodles. No.
Speaking on cats, Garfield, man.
What?
Garfield.
Segues.
I woke up.
Oh.
I as a kid, I legitimately loved Garfield, like the cartoon series, and then they made a remake of the animation movies, and then they made a remake of the animation shows.
That's true.
So speaking of that,
you ever watch?
what do you guys think makes a good remake of a show? I think Garfield, in my opinion, was a good remake.
That's actually not a bad point. So Garfield, of course, originated as a comic strip in newspapers and all that, and then eventually they decided that hey, we can do more with this character. And I really like that because like I was kept thinking about like TV shows to movies and TV show to TV show and game to movie and all that kind of stuff. No, that's so good because it's a comic strip to a television show.
Started off
to
a comic strip.
That's real evolution here.
For real.
And I don't think anyone would say that there's necessarily a bad Garfield movie. I mean, they're not great.
She doesn't look like she's
movies.
amused.
But I
feel
think
like I'm gonna get crucified for saying
Kelly's
this.
not amused.
I don't know anything about Garfield.
Really?
The extent of
He's
my
a-
knowledge,
he's a fat cat.
of my
That's
knowledge
funny.
on Garfield is there is a 2-hour video on YouTube of this really old guy, completely uncut and unedited. It's a single take of him talking for 2 hours, unadulterated, about a 3-strip Garfield panel. That is the extent of my knowledge on Garfield. That is it. I don't know
You haven't
anything
seen
about
the movies?
Garfield.
You haven't seen the animation series?
You never
No,
read
they
any of the
Superheroes
comic
and
strips?
stuff?
Something Mondays, something lasagna. There's a dog.
Odie.
I don't know.
Cody, yeah.
You know what?
There's a lot behind Garfield if you look into it. I think my mom.
Oh, I don't
owns
doubt
a-
it.
like,
I
a book.
absolutely
It was
do
like
not
the
doubt
50
it.
years of Garfield.
Really?
Yeah,
What is it?
You
There's
know-
something like
you know, for like the first 5 years Garfield was out, there was another character that like Odie actually used to belong to someone else.
Oh, for real? And they combined?
So what happened is this other character just up and disappeared.
Okay.
Like literally one comic strip, he's there, and then the next comic strip, he's never talked about again. And so people asked him, "Yo, where's this character? What happened to him?" And then the author, like responded with like, "Well, that's all up for debate and such, but I can tell you it's one of these 4 things." And it was like moved away, died in tragic accident, just needed to leave, and then the 4th one is locked in John's basement.
Oh,
Lovely.
okay.
I take it back. I have a second piece of Garfield knowledge. And this is more of just a thing. There are
He was
over
actually locked in John's basement.
there are over 100 Garfield video games.
For real?
Yes.
Dang. Maybe it
I
has
think
to
there's
do
something I think it's closer to like 120.
with... Okay. You know, the thing about Garfield is that I think because there's no... It's just a goofy comic.
It is. It's
Every
basic. It's
single
very-
every single like remake is an original.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes it
It's-
such a good remake, because you can't really mess up Garfield because
There's more like a creative
he's-
freedom.
Yeah.
There's a
I
lot
Thing
more
overall.
creative
Yeah, I
freedom,
can see that.
and it's a lot easier.
people
to-
won't get mad if you don't follow the comic strip for Garfield. You know what I mean?
'cause
Because
it's not like a super big
it's not-
story.
yeah.
It's just a cat that likes to eat food, is fat, and it's just funny.
Yeah.
And so as long as you keep those like core mentalities, Orange Cat likes lasagna, and
Hates Mondays.
hates Mondays. You know, as long as you keep those kind of core aspects, that's it. That's all you gotta do. And boom, you have a Garfield movie. And they made what, 3 of them?
yeah, like 3 of them.
Yeah.
In the animation series, they have a lot of stuff with Garfield
Yeah.
for sure. That's a good
I think there's
example.
even an animated movie.
I
of
know.
that.
I know. Kelly knows some bad examples of some remakes. I know you just like there's some that just you look at and you cringe. Tell us about some remakes you've
Some
seen.
bad remakes.
Okay. Remakes specifically, I was focusing more on like good examples of remakes.
Mm.
When it comes to adaptations, though, I have a lot of opinions about those. Most of them are negative.
Okay. They usually are overall, honestly.
I
It can be hard
I feel
sometimes.
like just adapting things is a very specific skill set, and I think it can be very, very difficult. And I think one of the biggest examples of why sometimes an adaptation doesn't work is something that isn't even currently out yet. Let me explain. BioShock.
Oh, video games. Let's go.
Okay, I think you just want it to fail. You want it to fail.
It's not even that. I think the whole I don't want to spoil BioShock because I do feel like it, despite the fact that it came out in 2007,
You literally talked all about it last
well, they don't have to
episode.
watch last week's episode,
Yeah, but if they're
okay?
watching this episode, they probably watched last
I
one.
like
I'm
BioShock.
I'm just saying
what?
it is
Oh.
a game that fundamentally works because it is an interactive medium.
Okay.
Right? If you take away the interactive aspect of the story, it doesn't hold as much weight. And if you're not telling that weighted theming behind the reasoning of why the story is the way it is, make a different game, make a different movie, make something else. If you cannot stay true to the original theming of something, just do something else.
Okay. Make something original.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like a different universe type thing. People do it all the time.
Me and Tyler were kind of talking about this earlier, where it's like if you want to take the concept of something and do it in a different way, that's fine. That's a little different, right? That is adapting the concept more than it is adapting the story. If you are adapting a specific story and then fundamentally changing it, make something else.
Yeah.
Or just adapt the concept instead, right? Because the big twist of BioShock, again, I'm not going to say it, rests fully on the fact that you are in control. Like you as the player are in control. And you take away that aspect in a movie and suddenly it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. BioShock rests, the first game, and I'm talking specifically about the first game here, not the series over the whole. The first game rests solely on the silent protagonist trope. You cannot do that in a movie. There is no way to do the whole silent protagonist first person thing in a movie.
Did they make a movie?
They're making a movie.
They
Netflix
are
is making
making
a BioShock adaptation movie.
Dang.
And I'm not looking forward to it even a little bit.
If they could make like a Hardcore Henry type deal. But they're not. They're not.
I mean, they could.
Hardcore Henry was a good movie.
Their interactive movies do exist. Bandersnatch is a great example of one, if I could say. Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
So it's not like it wouldn't
never heard of
be
Bandersnatch.
impossible.
I don't know anything about Black Mirror. I can't comment on that.
It's just interactive. It's actually really fun.
It's possible, sure, but I don't feel like the integrity of really what BioShock was trying to get at with the twist that rests on you being in control. I don't think it's going to translate well into a movie, and at that point it loses a very special element that made that game what it was.
That kind of reminds me. I mean,
well,
you've seen the Halo animation series, haven't you? That's a first person.
I haven't seen the Halo one. I was gonna try and talk about the live action series a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know there's
I
live
don't
action.
want to talk about the live action.
Okay,
Halo
I
series.
want to talk about it. Just
It's so bad.
that's
Really?
the point. That's
It
the point
hurts
of
to
bringing
think
it up.
about. Oh, the live action Halo adaptation hurts to think about.
Okay.
They ruined my boy Master Chief.
It's just hard to do.
Okay. No, yeah, and that's the one thing is that like characters like Master Chief are hard to recreate in television because they are intended to be faceless and they are intended to be self-inserts where you put yourself into the thing. And I do want to say they made a good move by removing the helmet and doing that because they wanted to make sure that you knew from the start that you aren't going to get that same kind of feel from this.
Okay, yeah.
That
turn
this
it off
isn't,
right then there if you want to.
Yeah, that this is not a self-insert character. This is a character where you're going to follow their journey and all that kind of stuff. And for what that's worth, I think that's a good move. Now, there is a whole bunch of other things in the Halo story and universe that I think that were completely bad. Like the knowledge of what the Halo rings actually are. That's revealed in such a horrible, easy way in the television series where it's left and given so much mystery until the end of the first game. And there's so much to it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's another part where like Cortana takes control of Master Chief,
Mhm.
and that also doesn't feel right because Master Chief, you still want to try and keep what Master Chief was, who was this very strong character who did what he had to do, and taking that aspect of his character, because there isn't a lot of per se what he was beforehand, but you want to keep what little he does have in order to create a character in the story.
Oh yeah, for sure. You want to stick to what it was in the game. Once you contradict the game, that's when the fans will just
If it doesn't hold,
roast.
if it doesn't hold the same kind of thematic message, then it starts to cause deviations which people don't like.
Okay.
I think that's a good way of explaining it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I agree. And I think that there's a different point in pointing out like when you are adapting the same story versus adapting something in the same universe. And I think a good example of that in terms of like video game to television / movie is probably the obvious choice to talk about when you're talking about something like this, but Arcane, like League of Legends, right? Because that's not the canonical story of like League of Legends, right? That is like a alternate universe kind of like side exploration of what these characters could have been.
I also want to say that I think that's also a little bit easier to do
Yeah.
because you have League of Legends is just it's character based, and every character has their own bit of side story, and characters have connections to each other, and so you have all this information. But League of Legends itself doesn't really tell a specific story. So what Arcane does is it takes the characters, takes their connections, and then weaves their own kind of story with it. Ooh. And I think that's a bit easier than what most things are trying to do because they have to start off with an actual story. Meanwhile, League of Legends doesn't really have that.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said I think it's easier to adapt like it being like, oh, this is just like a different universe, different take on it, rather than just like, here is this exact story that we are adapting into something. Right? Because like that's what Halo was doing. They were just like, we're taking Master Chief, we're adapting his story into this TV show, and it didn't work. Whereas Arcane was just like, here's the concepts, here's the characters, we're gonna do our own thing with it, and then they succeeded wildly.
Well, the actual thing is that they didn't take Master Chief's story at all. From what I read, and this is another thing, is that like the people that were behind the Halo television series, the only things that they looked at were characters and the world itself. They really didn't look at the story in the games at all.
Yeah, but they posed it as, hey, this is an adaptation of this, rather than, hey, we're taking this character and we're gonna just make a story about him.
Well, how else are they gonna? It's just, I think it was just Halo TV show. That's it.
Oh, it was a TV show. It wasn't a movie?
Honestly,
it was a movie.
I think
TV show, yeah.
I also think that specifically raises a good point about if you are going to do like a remake or an adaptation about something, who should be the one spearheading that? And I have a super, super, super compelling reason for it should always be fans of the original to remake the game. It should always be people who have a particular passion about the content that they are remaking or adapting. And I think that there is very, very little that compares in that regard than to Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. It was a remake that came out in 2007 of the second Fire Emblem game in the franchise, which came out in 1992, called Gaiden. And they made it very clear from the start that the entire team that worked on the game that came out in 2017 were people who absolutely had such a burning passion for this game. And the game itself is a labor of love. It is partially why it's my favorite from the entire franchise. It is an insanely accurate remake to the first, and it is, I think, and this is again just my personal opinion, I think it's the best game in the franchise. And something that really is kind of divisive when you're talking about Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia is that it is the second game in the franchise. And so when they were doing the second game as a whole, Gaiden, they took a lot of deviations from the first game. They tried a bunch of new things, and there was a lot of mixed reactions when the second game came out in the 90s and whatever. So they went back to the original formula going from like 3 onwards. So the game mechanics and a lot of the things that happen in Shadows of Valentia, they're reminiscent of not only the older games, but they have still that different play style and the different elements of what it was. I think the biggest example of that is the magic system, because Fire Emblem Fantasy series, there's a magic system. Most of the time in these games, to get a character to be able to cast a spell, you have to give them a physical item in a tome. Shadows of Valentia and Gaiden, the original of it, they basically, you get spells through leveling up. Like a character will have a specific set pool of like spells that they can cast. They unlock certain ones as they level up. The only other game in the franchise that does that is Fire Emblem Three Houses. That is the only one. All of the rest of them, it's all based on tomes, and it was a very different departure. And so Shadows of Valentia got a lot of mixed reviews because it was the final Fire Emblem game that came out during the DS era of Nintendo. It came out in 2017. That was like the year, either the year the Switch came out or the year after the Switch came out. So it was the last one, right? And so a lot of what people were expecting with this one was very similar to the two games that came before that, Awakening and Fates, which had a lot of differing mechanics from the, pre-Nintendo 3DS and DS eras. Those two games were the deviation, but people expected, hey, this is a 3DS Fire Emblem game. It's going to be like those two, and then it wasn't. It was very, very reminiscent of the first couple of games because it was adapting the second game. Obviously, it's going to be reminiscent of the first couple of games, right? And so it's very faithful, very, very faithful to the first one, and it causes it to deviate from all of the modern games. It is such a standout title because it is unlike any other game in the franchise. It is wholly unique.
Despite it being a remake.
Well, when I say that it's wholly unique, I mean obviously both of them, the original and the remake. They're both wholly unique within themselves to the franchise.
Is it more like a remaster?
It's a full remake. Yeah, it is a full, here, pull up the thing. I need you to just look at the difference in the graphics between 1992 and 2017. First thing you're going to look up is Fire Emblem Gaiden.
You'd hope they'd be better, right?
Oh, the visuals and the audio from this game are my absolute favorite from any video game. I love this game. It is my favorite.
No, that's...
Just pull up like the title card of it. The first thing that pops up right there.
This one?
That, yeah. Or actually, go to that one right next to it. It shows that one. Or just the picture. Because I just need you guys to see the difference in like what these two games looked like. So the one on the left is Fire Emblem Gaiden. And that was what the game originally looked like. And then the one on the right is Shadows of Valentia, which is the remake. And look at how different that looks.
It definitely looks different artistically.
Yeah, no. But the game itself...
Where'd the yellow guy go?
That's Valbar. He's not even that important in the first one. They just put him on the cover.
Because he looks cool?
He's in the second game.
Oh.
He's not a very good unit. I benched him immediately.
Man, he's got gold armor too.
He's just a knight. I don't know. But like, the game itself is honestly lauded as one of the best video game remakes, period, just because of how true and faithful it is to the old game while making something new, right? And I think it overall, the point I'm trying to get at is that like when you are making a remake of something and you want it to be good, you need people who understand and like the source material. Because there is so many times when that's happening, especially in recent years, where people just don't like the source material and they're just like, we're going to remake and adapt it anyways.
Case in point, Halo.
Exactly.
This is why I have a lot of hope in the live action for One Piece, which is supposed to be coming out. And I think
they're not even done with the anime.
They have a loyal fan base, though. It's gotta
what
be.
Makes you think?
It's gotta be good.
Yeah, they have a lot of they might not be done with the anime, but you really think that that's gonna stop them?
They have enough content.
I would
to
hope
make a few
so.
movies,
I
right?
would hope
they have
would
enough
stop
content
them.
to make several movies, adaptations, and everything. But my point in being is that the people behind it have a really deep love.
They have to
for this series, and if
for One Piece,
they have to.
Yeah, and if you look at the sets for One Piece, let me see if I can pull this up. We're not going to talk about Harry Potter anymore.
However, though, whenever it seems like any video game, usually when they try to make it like a live just it's like cheesy. It's just like
Okay.
you know Mortal Kombat. You saw Street Fighter. You saw
Okay, here's my controversial opinion, because barring The Last of Us, like the TV show as it's coming out right now, most video game adaptations into like movies or TV shows, the ones that are always like lauded as like the good ones are the animated ones. Like you're talking Cyberpunk, Arcane, Castlevania is really good. Okay,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk anime was really good.
I'm in the middle of watching like Castlevania. I am absolutely adoring it. Right?
I'm gonna hop on that.
Look,
It's good. It's
look at these two. So this is the original from the manga panel, and this is what the ship is gonna look like in live action. Is it ridiculous?
yes, but that's
Yes.
the point.
That is the point. A lot of One Piece is ridiculous, and they're not gonna try and stray away from that. But at the same time, they're gonna try and bring their own nuance to it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, so a lot of the good adaptations of video games, or like when you're talking about like two mediums like that, it's normally like the animated ones.
Mhm.
And I feel like, and here's my controversial opinion, they should just stick to that if they're
Yeah.
going to adapt these things. Just stick to the animation.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to be a little bit more true, because here's the thing. They do not do special effects like they used to. They don't do special effects like they used to. And I think that is, here's my segue into Resident Evil. I think that's part of the reason the Resident Evil movies didn't work.
I liked those movies, but
The Paul Anderson ones?
I liked all of them.
You know what? You know what? Fair.
Oh.
The Paul Anderson 6 movies, they're
Hey,
a fun
But
time.
the reason why I liked is because I watched the movies, then I played the games.
Yeah. My
Ah.
I think the Paul Anderson movies kind of get me, those original 6, is because they're not
Resident
even a
Evil.
little bit like the games.
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, we're going to
Original.
take the concept of the Umbrella Corporation and the T-Virus, and then we're going to go in a completely different direction. Because in the games, the world becomes adapted to bioweapons. It's just another happening of daily life. Whereas Raccoon City in the Paul Anderson movies causes the apocalypse and the end of the world. Like, different things. And that's fine, because they are a fun watch, but they're not very good. But that's part of what makes them fun to watch, right? I'm more talking about the new one that just came out, Welcome to Raccoon City, that covered like the first 2 games. With Tom Hopper as Albert Wesker, which I stand by that I think was the one good decision that movie made, where they changed a lot of things about the movies. But part of the reason I feel like they didn't work is because special effects and, you know, that kind of TV and like Hollywood production, they're just not what they used to be. Because I feel like if you were going to make a live action Resident Evil, the best way to go about it would be to actually make the physical props. Like,
Isn't special effects like growing though? Like when you say that special effects is better now?
I'm
I mean,
talking about making like the physical props of it. They rely a lot more on CGI now.
Yeah, but you can still use old school technology. I mean, even Jurassic Park, which does use CGI, still does also use puppets.
Yes,
Mm.
but to do it in the level of detail that Resident Evil would need, because it is a series wholly dependent on body horror and the grotesque, it's a very gross series. And
Did you ever watch Hellboy 2?
Mm-mm.
That one is very much
Forgot about that one.
yeah. So Guillermo Montoya?
Did that come out a few years ago? The
Oh,
series?
oh, no, it came out long time.
I know they're
ago.
working on like a new one.
Not a long time ago, but like no, like not the guy that was in Stranger Things, but the original Hellboy. And then like 5 years later, they came out with Hellboy 2,
Oh, okay.
and all their props were basically puppets.
Okay.
And something like that, I think, is very good. They could still do that kind of stuff today.
Takes more time.
Oh yeah, it takes
know?
more time. And people might not enjoy spending the money, but someone who really cares about it would put that.
Oh,
Thus,
yeah.
Hellboy 2.
take William Birkin, for example, who is one of the main villains of the Resident, like one of the most noticeable and like recognizable ones from the Resident Evil franchise. He is from 2. He transforms into this exceedingly disgusting piece of a monster. To do it in CGI, purely in CGI, which is what they did with Welcome to Raccoon City, which is what they did in the new movie, you either have to go into so much detail that it looks completely fake and it's very obvious that it's CGI, or it's not detailed enough and it's not true to the body horror aspect of it. To do it correctly, you would need to do that whole like live sculpting or whatever it is of getting the live puppets and everything. But that takes more time and money than a lot of these people are willing to sink into a Resident Evil franchise, a live action one, after the first 6 of the Paul Anderson ones were so badly received by audiences. They made a lot of money, but they're not good, and people recognize that they're not good. Welcome to Raccoon City didn't make a whole lot of money. It was not very well received. And the Netflix TV show adaptation of Resident Evil was also canceled very fast. It costs more money and time than people and investors are now willing to sink into Resident Evil as a live action franchise because of those failures. And that's why a Resident Evil live action will never work, because it will never have the opportunity to, which is why the animated movies succeed so well, is because they're able to do that. Live action should be able to have a chance, but it will not now because all 7 of the movies have failed. That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
Sure. Stuff.
Well, as we conclude our topic of remakes, as we have hit a pause, I think it's time for us to play Headbands.
Yeah, let's do it. And there's a lot more to say about remakes. There's so
Remakes
many.
and
yeah.
adaptations. You
Dude,
could talk
we can make a
endlessly in
second
circles about them
episode.
forever.
There's so much. Like, I was gonna bring up Trigun and Harry Potter and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Trigun there's a 3rd iteration going out now.
Mm.
But we're gonna get into Headbands.
Okay. Headbands. I don't think I've ever played. I think I played it like once.
Have you ever played charades with the phone and on your
Yeah.
forehead, and you just like, and you try
Ellen
and guess-
DeGenerate thing.
Sure,
You know what I'm talking about?
I
Heads
think
up.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Let's do it then.
Okay, so I got some cards here, and I'm gonna give them out to you guys, and then we're gonna whoever doesn't have the card is gonna try and describe to the person who's on the card,
Okay.
but you cannot name the person on the card. You cannot name the franchise that they're from, and you cannot name any of the other characters.
But
in
what if
this.
I just look at my card through the if I look each sheet and just look it through the screen. Oh, okay.
Bam, you've been hidden.
Now I can't see myself.
Now I can't see anything either, but we're just gonna go with it. Cool. So we're gonna mix this up just a little bit. Then we'll get on to the first one. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Let's do it.
All right. How much video game knowledge do you got,
Dang,
Travis?
no, Kelly go first. Kelly goes first.
Fine. Hand it over.
I mean, most of these characters are from pretty well-known games, but none of them are like the main character. Well, except
I
for, like,
need you to
That's
know
good.
right now, if I pull a Legend of Zelda character right now, you need to give me a different one.
Don't
Okay,
look
I just need to point that out because that's like one of the most well-known ones, and I don't know anything about it. Is this right side up?
other way.
other way.
This way?
Yeah.
Yep.
There
Okay,
you go.
cool. That's why I wanted to ask.
All right.
Pointedly ignoring my reflection in the mirror or in the glass over there.
I should have here.
So
here,
how do you?
give it to
Yeah.
me.
Hang on,
Show
I
us-
got this. I got this.
show
Yeah,
us stream.
I actually got to show the audio. Oh, that's so perfect, Kelly.
Do you actually have to show the audience?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and
for
show
sure,
the
for sure,
audience.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I can't see.
Closing my eyes.
All right. All right, here you go.
Still right side up.
Yes, they're right set up.
So
Alright.
what do we act it out? Do we say stuff?
You can do and say anything except for those couple rules I said.
What
So you
co-
can say anything, you can make noises, you can gesture things.
You can't describe though.
You
Yeah.
cannot say their name, you cannot say the name of the game, and you can't say the name of other characters in the game.
Also, secondary
okay.
secondary thing I should think should be added. If it's like a super obvious side character from the franchise, also don't like if the thing says like Luigi, don't go like, oh, Princess Peach. Too obvious.
Yeah,
know?
that's what I'm saying. Not use the characters.
Yeah.
That one might be a little too rough,
Okay.
but we're gonna go with it for
We
like
will
the first.
amend that if it needs
If
be.
it needs a
Alright.
amending.
So.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'd say this character. Is that? Can we describe stuff?
Yeah, just go
Yeah.
ahead and describe it. You
So
can
this
talk about
character
anything.
in the franchise is one of the few that can fly.
Kid Icarus?
Technically, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He can technically fly.
Fly for a little bit and then fall to the ground. You know what I mean? He can't. Well, no, he can fly endlessly. Never mind. Just not in the game. In the game, he
Hey.
can't fly endlessly.
Did you ever play the original games, Travis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can he?
You can. No,
Is
you're right.
this-
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Is this about the game Kid Icarus?
No.
I need more then.
Okay. You can't just. You know what
No,
I mean?
you don't know. Okay,
Um,
so like you can say what he is.
I don't know what he is.
You don't know
bro.
what he is?
You tell. What is he?
All right, so he's this furry animal.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, furry animal.
he was in a movie recently.
With nah, he's gonna get it if we say who was with.
Yeah, you can't say who he's with because that would be other.
No, like the
characters.
actors.
Oh.
Bibble?
Huh?
No. Okay. You guys wouldn't know who that
No.
is. Never mind.
Wait. I'm gonna say one thing. You might get it. Jim Carrey.
That's not. That's
Oh,
not.
it's Tails.
There you go.
She got it.
Nice.
That wasn't technically cheating, was it?
No, it's not about the character.
I'll allow it.
It's just
Jim
that I was
Carrey.
literally looking at Sonic like earlier this morning.
Mm.
I was thinking about Idris Elba.
Haven't seen the movie.
Neither have I.
Okay, this is like the hardest card in the entire deck.
All right, give it to me then.
I don't even know if you would have played this game.
We'll find out.
You
We'll
know what?
find out.
You played a. You played a.
No, don't
Yeah. You played.
don't say it. Don't say it. We'll figure this out together.
Well, they're in Smash also, I think.
Show the audience so I can see what it is. Are we on the right screen?
Yeah, I just covered it so I can't see. the.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's like, can they even see what it is?
I think they should. I think they were able to see it. I hope
Alright.
so. I can't tell
Hand it,
because
hand
I'm
it back over.
hiding it from you guys because you're watching.
You type in chat. I can see it for. It's like this.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fishing hook.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Also an animal.
Animal Crossing.
Correct game.
Green checkered sweater.
I don't know any character from Animal Crossing. There's no game.
They're in
I'm
Smash.
never gonna get it.
They're in Smash.
Neff? He's not. No, Neff.
That's
Neff
Earthbound.
is. Oh, I remember I was playing Smash.
Fishing hook.
There
Fishing
was
hook.
The guy with the
Fishing rod.
The fishing like. The
No,
swoop-
that's.
That's
I
villager.
think you're
isn't
thinking
it?
about the ice climbers.
Oh yeah.
She.
It is a
Fishing
she.
hook.
She.
She.
I don't know any characters.
Yellow.
I have to forfeit, dude.
You don't know?
Because you said it was in what's it called?
Smash.
Smash, and then you said something about fishing, and I never played Animal Crossing, but I know that there's fishing involved.
Okay, if we can describe it and you can finish the descriptions of her, we'll allow it. But we'll give it like a minute more.
I can't describe her.
Do you know? Okay, can you picture any of the characters?
They all look the same, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they're.
I didn't play Animal Crossing.
You
I
didn't
don't
play-
like it.
Well, I didn't play it
Like
either,
Dragon
but I
Ball,
know
no,
this character.
Not all the same, but like all the sands look like.
Yeah.
Well, it's one
no.
of the NPCs.
Why would you put NPC up there?
Because she's in Smash.
Why would she be? In
Because the only non NPC is the actual character.
I think she's actually the only Animal Crossing character in Smash.
I think she is.
It's NPC.
Yeah.
Of course, they're all NPCs.
She's a dog?
Oh yeah, technically.
Yeah, she's a dog.
She's a
You create
dog.
your own character in the game, don't you?
Huh?
You create your character in the game.
You create your own
Yeah.
character.
I don't
She's a
think he's
dog?
good. She's a dog.
Is she yellow?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
I did say the word yellow earlier.
Yellow, you did?
Yeah.
Damn.
With the fishing
Yellow
hook.
dog with a fishing hook. Big ass eye. Oh, my oh, shoot, my mic's right here. Big eyes. My if you didn't hear me, guys,
With the
apologize.
green sweater.
with a green sweater.
Yeah.
Did I
Alright.
get it? No, I just play.
Good job, Travis. You really did try. It's Isabel.
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 Man, that was a good try.
Yeah.
Also, we were talking, and my mic was over here.
Do you have
I-
any clue who Isabel is?
No.
She's in
Perfect.
Smash. I don't know anything about her either. I just know that she's got an annoying fishing hook.
She's a yeah.
No. Let me.
What?
You're doing it now.
Oh, am I doing it?
Yeah.
But I know all these characters.
Oh, that's
God,
true. He
fine.
does know the
Never
characters.
mind.
That
I
wouldn't
made,
work.
I made this
Over.
game.
I
That
didn't think
wouldn't
I
about
know.
that.
I know which characters
Hand it
to
over.
choose from.
Give me one. Oh yeah, show it to the audience first.
I could play, but like.
That'd be not as fun.
There you go. This one is it all depends.
Like I'm just saying, if it's a Legend of Zelda character, just don't even bother giving it to me. Give me a different one.
Well, Legend of Zelda is actually a really interesting one because there's just something about it
Yeah, I don't know
that
anything
allows
about
the
any of the characters or any of the games that Right Side Up.
perfect. All right, she's not real.
Cortana.
What?
Wait, what? You looked at the card.
I
You
didn't.
had to. How'd you guess Cortana?
Because it's Cortana. She's iconic.
How did
No
you get it from that
way.
one? That one.
Who else would it be real?
Man, I could have said anything else, but that one clue apparently got it. She's not real. Technically,
Cortana's-
none of them are real.
I mean, yeah, but
Technically,
you're talking about,
none of them
yes,
are
but you're talking
real.
about in the context of the games. Cortana, she's iconic. She's Cortana. You were also talking about Halo, so I figured it would be fresh on your mind. Context clues.
I guess.
Hey, what'd Chet say?
Yes, Math 125. Bravo, Travis, and show it to the camera. That was a while ago.
Let's go, baby. All right.
Let's go, Travis. Yeah.
No peeking, man. Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't peek.
I feel like I could see through.
I just have a lot of knowledge about this stuff. Okay.
I'm trying to like
Titular character
what is titular? What does titular mean?
means
Titular character.
their title.
Their title.
This one is fun
Their
because the characters get mixed up a lot.
yeah, no.
Okay.
The characters get mixed up a lot.
Give me some more clues, guys. Describe something.
Okay, it's a girl.
Okay.
Her appearance varies depending on the game.
Yeah,
She is also in Smash.
she is in Smash.
Okay.
She has 2 entries in Smash.
She looks kind of like Peach.
We fit.
In
We
No.
The Wii
How does
Fit
the
girl.
Wii Fit
the
look
Wii
like?
the Wii Fit
how does-
trainer from Smash.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I should've
titular
put that
character. Her name is in the title.
Her name is in
The title
title.
of the game.
That should be a really good hint, but for some reason I'm not.
You rarely ever play as this character.
The Legend of Zelda.
There you go.
Zelda.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
I give 2 good
Okay.
clues.
That was a good clue because you play as
Yeah.
Link, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why that's a good
Yeah.
card.
Okay, that is a good card. You're right.
Because you always think Link is Zelda, but he's not.
When I started off, I
Okay.
did think that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all did for
Yeah.
at least
I want to
5
see
minutes.
if you can make this harder. I don't want to just guess it like one guess.
So I have 1 point. She has.
Do you
2
want me to
points.
give you a hard one, Kelly?
Yeah.
There is one more in here that I would
Yeah,
consider
let's do
at least
that.
hard. Okay, I'll give you the hard one. Oh, that actually might be a little hard also. Well, I guess a couple of these are hard. Okay, I'm just gonna give you the one that I think I was gonna be
Show
hard.
it to the camera first.
Make sure you're not cheating.
Right side up.
Another way.
This way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel secure that I didn't look?
What
now?
is that?
You don't know it?
Is it? Is it?
Oh,
from
it's
the-
Doom Guy.
What?
Why did I?
Who is Doom Guy?
I didn't
Tyler-
even give. I
Tyler-
just made noises.
Tyler, respectfully, I'm the one who runs a show based on video game soundtracks. If you're gonna sing the Doom soundtrack to me, expect that I get it. In
Who is
voice.
Doom Guy?
The guy you play as in Doom.
That's his name.
His name is Doom Guy.
What?
You could have gone with anything
I
else
love
other than
Doom.
singing the Doom,
Doom 3
theme
was
song.
a good
Yeah,
game.
I should have realized because
That's like my whole shtick, man.
Doom has like iconic songs too, and like I
Yeah.
wasn't even actually singing a specific song. I was just like trying to enunciate guitar noises.
Anyways, let's move on.
Okay, we're gonna give this one to Travis.
Please don't be Nintendo.
He picks a different guy.
It's Nintendo.
It's
It
not
is.
Nintendo.
It's
That's not
Oh,
Nintendo.
you're right. It
That's
isn't.
Capcom.
You're right.
Capcom.
They do. The series does have a crossover with Nintendo, though.
It has
Kuma?
an intense crossover.
Akuma?
No.
Akuma. What's Akuma?
Really?
I have no clue what that is.
Sometimes this character has an alternate name in some iterations of this franchise.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can I ask questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess.
Is it a
Yes.
fighting series?
No, it's a platformer.
Platformer. Capcom.
Is it I know the first couple are platformers.
I would definitely. I'd say
Well-
it's platformer.
The first couple are
Uh,
platformers, but after that it gets a little. The series just had an open world game come out.
I'm honestly, I don't play the games. I just
Capcom.
review them.
Capcom, I think their most popular series.
Really?
I think this character is on par in terms of iconicness and iconography with Mario.
I just think of Street Fighter when I think Capcom.
They also this character does have a the series does have a crossover with Mario. Like Mario specifically. Also when I think of Capcom, I think of Resident Evil.
Hold on. That's gotta be something. Mario specifically. Who is
they cross
Oh, DK? No, Donkey Kong's always been Nintendo, right?
Donkey Kong is Mario.
Yeah.
Like it's part of the Mario franchise.
yeah.
You're on the right path though. It's that same kind of like anthropomorphized animals.
Hold on.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Not him though.
Well, not him, obviously.
I feel
He
like-
is a main antagonist. And he
He's a funny man.
he is.
He's a funny man.
His name is a little strange.
Yeah.
Both
it is.
iterations of his name are very strange.
He didn't. Do you know he used to not always be a bad guy?
Yeah.
Like in the origins of the origins, they
Yeah.
explain how he became.
My first knowledge of this character came from one of the I forget
I
if
should
it's
know it by now.
90s or
Gosh.
like 2000s cartoon
could.
adaptations that nobody ever watched from this franchise.
Yeah.
Where suddenly this franchise became a musical for some reason.
He's a scientist.
He is. He has a flying little machine thing.
Eggman?
There
Yeah.
you go. I was gonna say like.
Y'all gave way too many hints. I shouldn't.
He's also sometimes called Dr. Robotnik.
Oh yeah. I forget.
You should
it.
have said
Sonic
Jim, you should have
Underground
said Jim Carrey. I would
Supremacy.
have got it.
No, I remember.
Say Jim Carrey again. I would have got it.
Jim
Yeah,
Carrey
That's
again.
why. That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like has a awesome
Okay.
mustache.
Before
Ah.
I think it's time we get wrapping up with the question of the week. But before we wrap up, what were the other options?
Oh, no. Okay, quickly. We're just gonna do this
Yeah,
really
no,
quick.
like just read them off. What were the other options?
No. Come on, these are fun.
Oh, okay, fine.
With like 5 seconds on them.
All right, and I'm gonna give a
Right
good
side up,
other way.
this way.
Okay, old game.
Yes.
You know the
Wait. I guess she's gonna get it. Ready?
No, hang on.
No, that's the wrong one. That's Luigi. It does kind of sound like that though.
He's like, yeah.
Well-
Think of the song.
I get
They're
them
orange.
mixed up.
Orange dude.
Orange. Dude?
Orange dude.
Yeah, he's orange.
Orange dude with sneakers.
He doesn't like shirts.
Yeah, he don't do shirts. He's a wild dude. He does like
Crazy.
he reminds me of Taz,
Yeah, he does. He's a lot like Taz.
I like Taz from Looney Tunes.
He's a fox.
Is he a fox? No, he's
I
not.
think he's a fox.
No, he's not.
What are you talking about? What
No,
is
he's
he?
not. Look at the card. You know what he is. Look at the card. His name, his animal is on the name of who he is.
That's not an animal.
Yes, it is.
That's an animal.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna look that up later.
Um,
Really likes
they
breaking
they
box,
made yeah
breaking crates.
Crash
breaking
Bandicoot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but he's a bandicoot.
What
Bandicoot is an animal.
Is it a real
Bandicoot is an
animal?
animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
a fox.
never played Crash Bandicoot.
That's like my
Never
favorite
played
series.
them. That's why it was taking me so long. I thought
Really?
you guys were talking about Waluigi or Wario for
That's
a second with
crazy.
the wow.
No,
Yeah.
I've always loved
But
Crash
you
Bandicoot.
understand why I said that? Why I did that? He does kind of sound like that.
Yeah, no, I get it.
There's a whole meme a few years ago.
I
Remember?
never played Crash Bandicoot.
That's why
I
did
know what
that.
you're talking about.
That's why I did it because the first series. I played all the
I
games.
forgot about. I completely forgot about that. I still got it though.
Okay. Right
This
there.
I'm the real winner here.
Yeah, that
Let's
that one is actually
Upside down.
Yeah, upside down.
There is a meme of this character's voice.
There's probably a meme of all the characters' voices.
Of this character's voice specifically, there is a huge meme. If you can do an impersonation of this character, it is a skill.
Is it Wario?
Keanu Reeves.
No. Keanu Reeves.
Not Keanu Reeves.
John Wick?
Keegan Michael Key.
I don't know what that is, bro.
Keegan Michael Key.
This character's gonna be in a movie real soon.
Real soon. Princess Peach. No. That's not a clue. No, it is a clue.
Toad?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's being played by Keegan Michael Key. All right, last one.
Toad. Because Toad's his little
This
like
way? No.
little crush. Toad got a crush on Princess Peach, bro. I
No,
know he
Toad,
does.
Toad doesn't.
Okay.
I know he does,
Hit me
bro.
with the clue.
Toad is a worker.
I don't know this one. Oh, where's one quick? I'm gonna say one. Oh, never mind.
You read it wrong.
I did read it wrong.
All right. What's the clue?
All right, Randon's favorite game.
Oh, it is his favorite game.
It is Randon's favorite
okay.
game. It's really
Yeah.
sad he's not here.
If Brandon was here, he'd talk
He'd
about
know
it
this.
24/7.
Did the voice actor for this character just die? It's Zavala.
And on-
R.I.P.
and-
Lance Reddick.
Yep, had to put him in here. In honor of
I
in
love
honor of him. All
Dude,
right.
I'm so sad about Lance Reddick.
Me too.
You said Brandon's favorite video game, and I was just like, oh, this is about Lance Reddick, isn't it?
All right. That
So
is
the
our-
bottom line is that I win.
Okay.
The bottom line is we were keep score.
The bottom line is no. The bottom line is I win purely based on this.
So the question of the week
What's the question of the week?
is
what,
there
what video game do you refuse to play?
no.
Why?
Is there a board game?
Or yeah, board game
Is
is what I
there a
meant to say.
board game you just do not like?
Do not lie.
You refuse anytime anyone asks. You're just like no. Nuh-uh. Never.
I will say, have you ever played Stir the Pot?
No.
Not so
Dude, I'll
fun.
never play it again. Quick story. This game, you have all your closest friends, and the card you pick will start some beef because it's like, who is the most likely to, like, do this and so like one time I was playing and ooh, I got some people mad like
Fair.
and they left, and yeah, bro, you can ruin some friendships with that game. I'm not playing that game again.
Yes. Clue.
Clue.
What Clue? I said something so deep. You said Clue.
No. I also have a reason, right?
Okay.
So, on my dad's side of the family, I have like 7 aunts and uncles, so like a lot of cousins. A few of them are near my age, including my one like female cousin from that side of the family, other than her younger sister. It's like me, my sister, her, and then her younger sister, and that's about all it for girls on that side of the family. So it's the one female cousin I have around my whatever. So around one of her birthdays one year, I was over at her house, and she had 2 of her friends over who were also like by proxy my friends because I saw them every year on her birthday because it was always the 4 of us hanging out on her birthday. We were playing Clue one year. Her sister is like maybe 5 years old at the time. 5-year-olds. Spoiled 5-year-olds who have never had anyone reprimand their behavior, who insisted on playing Clue with us and then threw an absolute fit, and now I refuse to play Clue.
Because they lost or what?
No,
because one
just
person,
on principle.
What were they crying?
So what's wrong with playing it with like a different people?
They're the only people that ever played Clue with me.
So game night tonight, play Clue, different people.
Actually, I take
Problem
it back.
solved.
I will play the Clue spin-off of Clue Mysteries because that one was different. There's that one was really fun actually. We had that one. It came in like a red box and everything. It was a different like take on Clue. It was very fun. There were like extra characters and like little houses that you could set up on like little cardboard stands. It was very cool. Liked that one. I'll play that one. But original Clue? No. What about you, Tyler? Is there a board game you refuse to play?
Honestly, I don't think there is. I like.
Coward's answer.
I was gonna say like Monopoly or something.
Basic.
Yeah, it is because I like board games. I like games. So I'm not afraid to play them. I don't let my anger or jadedness keep me from having fun.
Skill issue.
No, it would be a skill issue if I refused.
Skill issue.
Skill not an issue.
Spite is fun. You should give it a try.
Smite.
Spite.
Oh.
Smite is also very fun.
Smite.
I prefer
Yeah.
Paladins over
I said
Smite
it.
though.
I do like Paladin.
Hi-Res, unironically,
They do
very
some
good
good
game
work.
development.
I'm glad someone said it, dude.
Paladins, Smite.
No,
People like don't agree with that. A lot of people don't agree with that.
controversial opinion, Paladins is better than Overwatch.
What?
And it's actually fun to play support
Actually,
in Paladins.
I do agree with that. I like playing as the fox dude. I used to love playing as him.
the-
Spark, right?
What?
I think Spark, isn't it?
Io? Are you talking about the
It might be
healer?
Io, yeah.
The
Io.
healer Io?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm a Ying main myself
Okay.
with the clones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi-Res. Give them a chance. Their
Hi-Res
games are free.
Studios, dude.
Their games are literally free.
I
You
used to-
waste nothing.
I used to love Royale when it first came out. When it was a big audience, I played it all the time. I bought skins and stuff. I was a nerd.
As you should. As you should.
Okay.
Stay a nerd. Come on. It's fun.
I
See,
I can
when
nerd out.
when you're a nerd, you get to do you get to do this.
Doom guy.
That was the worst possible clue you could have given to me in terms of like.
That wasn't
who's
even a
gonna get
clue.
it
He was
fast.
just describing to me.
Hey, if it was also the best clue.
I mean, true. I'm just saying you're gonna
If
sing
I
the
was
theme
if I
song
was
to the
awarded,
person
if
who
I
does the
was awarded
soundtracks.
points, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
2 in a row on the first try. I'm a winner.
All
I
right.
stay winning. I stay taking dubs.
Yeah. I do want to say though, Uno is starting to get on my nerves.
You know what?
Uno gets me weird,
Valid. Valid.
Uno
And
takes
it's
too long
for
sometimes.
one reason and one reason alone. And my family aren't watching, but I will rant about this for the end of my days. If my family, apparently this has been a rule since I was born, but when you play Uno, you're supposed to still say Uno when you're skipped. Like
No.
thank you.
What?
Like they like
If you skipped,
you don't need to say
you
Uno.
you don't have a turn.
That's my point.
You don't have to do
That's
anything.
Thank you. Someone else agrees. And I looked up the rules. I was so upset. I looked
You know
up
what
the
you should
rules.
do? You should to just be passive aggressive. Like I said, spite, right? You play Uno with them, and then every time you are skipped, just read out the number of cards you have in your hand. It doesn't matter if you only have one. If you have like 13 cards or you have 6 cards in your hands, if you're skipped, you're like, actually 6. And then you skip your turn. Be as passive aggressive and petty and spiteful as you possibly can.
Well, my whole thing is just it's
What kind of rule is that?
Enough
What?
of that.
yeah, but you don't have a turn if you're skipped. You don't have a turn. But
Yeah.
they think you still have to say Uno.
No.
No. It said a turn is defined as when you either
Act.
it's when you either put down a card or pick one up.
Yes.
All right, I'm glad we all agree.
Your family's on some whack
I'm going to
stuff.
send this to my family.
As you should.
Clip it up.
I'm gonna
Clip it up. As you yes.
when you're making the clips, Travis, this needs to be on there.
You
see
know what?
this?
You know what else should be on the clips?
See this, Tyler's family? Shame on you. Not just like zoom into my
this should be on
face
the
when I said that.
clips. You gotta
Alright.
you gotta go with the Stanley Kubrick stare. The I love doing the Stanley Kubrick stare. It's so funny. This should also be in the clips.
Doom guy, yeah.
This is
okay.
I'm really proud of this. I'm not gonna lie.
It was
Okay.
kind of funny.
I'm-
Just all I did was da 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 da.
Patting myself on the back
Sure,
for that
for
one
sure.
because no one else will.
Like that wasn't even there wasn't a word said. I will admit that was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
But unfortunately, guys, that is the end of our show.
But it's not the end of our day today. Wink, wink. Come check out game night.
This is true. Tonight is, in fact, game night. If you're around the math building on Tarleton campus, it's room 125, and we would love to see you there. We're giving away a couple prizes.
Who doesn't love free stuff?
Yeah, free stuff, free food, a good fun time. We also have a Nintendo Switch set up, so if you like Mario Kart, Smash,
They
Smash
wrecked
is
me in Smash,
currently
bro.
on the mind because I'm desperately trying to unlock as many of those characters as fast as I can before tonight.
And you want to come play some games?
You should.
Play some games. Come on, guys.
What
Come
have you
get
got to
what?
lose? Come
Come get
on.
what?
Yeah.
Woo.
I'm beating all y'all. Bye bye.
But
Honestly,
that's our
valid.
show,
I'm really
and
bad at Smash.
we'll be back next week. And if you're looking for more cruising, we upload every Monday to YouTube at 5 p.m. And you can find more on our socials at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, KXDR, The Planet 100.7. But we'll be back next week with another episode of Cruising the Planet. Keep cruising. Bye.